between these two at the moment. Schurter and Cooper start to wind it up for a sprint to the line. Who's going to get the win? And I think Schurter's got it. It is a photo finish. Yes, he has, by just centimetres. What a race we have just witnessed. Well, no doubt, and that the fight is real. The racing the best we've ever had in 2018. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Val di Sole for the last race of the weekend. It's time for the men's cross country. Joining me once again is Bartus Brentius. I'm probably going to leave the Roman references there. How are you, Bart? You had a good bit of time off over the last 5 weeks?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, and I'm happy to be here back in Italy. It's always good to be in Italy. It's breathing, cycling, and especially here around the course. It's good atmosphere.
And the riders as well have had a little break. Some of them have even managed to get away from their bicycles.
Just doing my best to, chill in a way, because it's a break, but at the same time, just be focused on the World Cups. I enjoy riding motorbikes, and still kind of a training, even though it's a lot of fun, really. But still, you train your body to, you get used to speed, to a different way, and it was good. It was good.
I actually went home to New Zealand. It's quite a long way, but since it was 6 weeks between the World Cups, I thought I'd make the most of it. Just being, sleeping in your own bed again for a bit, having some routine, and just waking up and straight out the door onto your home trails.
For me, it was extremely important to get that family time, because we were traveling a lot in the first part of the season, and now it was time to enjoy a little bit home, to enjoy the family, and that was important because now it's super intense racing ahead.
Yeah, it's always good to get back home after intensive racing time. So yeah, I enjoyed some time with my daughter, with my wife back home. Have some nice barbecues in the evenings. Sometimes you also need to do something different next to the training, and yeah, to just have some fun. And yeah, we went wake surfing. It's pretty cool when in summertime be out in the lake and be able to surf behind the boat, and I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
Well, Nino Schurter has been barbecuing. This man has been building himself a pizza oven. You haven't been taking it easy at all. How is the pizza oven, Bart? Is it coming along well? It took a little bit longer than you thought, I believe.
I haven't seen these photos. Yeah, it's a great oven, and it's working really well. And we tried the pizza the first time with a bit of sand of it, but right now it's working really well, and it tastes even better than from a normal oven.
That really suits you, that hat, Bart, I must admit. He actually thinks, whoops, that is Nino. We think that's Nino Schurter, don't we?
I'm
on
sure
there?
he is.
He's absolutely definite. That's Nino there. Got his own pizza company. Okay. Let's go back to the last race, then back to business here in Val di Sole. Novia Mesto, we saw someone else have a pop at the champ. It was Anton Cooper this time that stepped it up.
Yeah, we didn't expect Anton Cooper that strong in Nova Mesto. We knew he's a very strong rider, but to beat Nino in a sprint, that's something amazing. And he almost did it. He came really close, and for sure Nino didn't expect it.
I mean, what is it about these Kiwis? We saw Sam Gaze actually beat Schurter at round one in a sprint finish. Where have they come from? Why are they doing so well?
Yeah, if you have a strong rider in your nation, it will motivate the other riders as well to bring it to a higher level, and that's what these two do. Sam Gaze, Anton Cooper, both from New Zealand, and it's a strong nation in mountain biking.
Well, here's a little bit more on the man rapidly becoming known, Super Cooper.
Right from the start of this season, Anton Cooper has become firmly established at the front of the elite cross-country ranks.
My junior years were really good. I had a lot of success there and a lot of wins, so I expected some big things in under 23. I had some wins in that category. I won a World Cup as a first year under 23 and also the World Champs in 2015. So I knew I had definitely some potential also for the elite rank.
But whenever you are on the up, things aren't always necessarily easy.
I had some problems in his, I don't know if everyone knows what it is, but my adenoids, which is like a lymphatic tissue in the back of your nasal passage, similar to your tonsils, but a bit different. So I had to have those removed because it basically just meant I was always getting upper respiratory infections, and I always had like a head cold, was always getting sick.
Another young Kiwi has already shown a light against the big names of the sport.
And obviously seeing Sam win in Stellenbosch was a factor that, you know, it makes you go, yeah, it can be done. I know Sam and I are very similar level and have been for the last few years. And, you know, being those two Kiwis from down under, I'm sure Nino is always looking back at us, and hopefully one day he's looking forward at us.
After Gaze's spectacular win in Stellenbosch, Cooper took his chance in Nove Mesto.
It was kind of like a bit tactical. I felt like I had the legs to have a go, but I knew Nino would also have the legs to probably be able to stay with me there, and I felt like it would be an advantage to come from behind in the sprint.
Schafter and Cooper start to wind it up for a sprint to the line. Who's going to get the win? And it looks like Cooper is coming. Here comes Anton Cooper. Oh, I don't want to say it. Is Cooper going to get his first World Cup win? Too close to call.
It was the longest sprint you've ever had because it was just so close the whole way, and I knew I was slightly gaining on him, like centimetre by centimetre, but it wasn't enough at the line. And I knew the moment I crossed the line that it was like a tyre width, but it wasn't quite enough.
At the moment, he's still a tire width behind the Swiss machine.
I know, and we know, and he knows that, you know, people are nipping at his heels, and it's more and more likely now you're going to see some different winners, or at least closer races than in previous years.
The youngsters are closing in, and Anton Cooper is definitely one to watch out for.
What a race, what a finish. Gave me goosebumps looking at that. I mean, let's talk about Nino Schurter. The pressure, his rivals are closer to him than perhaps we've ever seen. But he has only lost one World Cup this year.
Yeah, Gaze, he beat him in that sprint in Stellenbosch earlier this year. But like you said, yeah, he won it in Alpstad. But with that unclipped foot over there, yeah, he almost got 3 wins actually again.
He's been doing all right. Well, there is actually a new discipline as well on World Cup weekends. It's the anti-pasty to today's main course. It's called short track, and if you've missed it so far, Bart's going to quickly update you on what goes on.
Short track racing here in Val di Sol, we had the 3rd one ever. It's a 25 minutes race on a short course, no difficult obstacles. Riders, they have to use the same bike for the whole weekend, short track and cross country race.
And I guess as well, it gives you the front 2 rows of the grid of starting order are decided by OL, which is all important.
Yeah, especially in the men's field, it means a lot for these riders to be in a good position.
Well, Friday was another thriller. This is what happened.
All eyes were set on the overall leader Nino Schurter, who was still waiting for his first ever short track victory. After technical problems in Albstadt and a crash in Nove Mesto, the Swiss hoped that the 3rd time would finally be the charm. However, with previous short track winners Sam Gaze and Mathieu van der Poel on the start line, the latter coming off of winning the Dutch Road Championship, this proved to be a difficult task.
I mean, it's a sign that the shape is good, of course, but it's a completely different thing here. It's more climbing. It's something completely different. But yeah, the shape is good, and I hope to show it today.
A furious start by Sam Gaze was followed by an even more furious early pace by Switzerland's Lars Forster.
I wanted to be in the front at the beginning. Then I was second in the first lap. Nino let me pass, and so I had to lead out the uphill.
Just like constant dripping wears away the stone, Mathieu van der Poel constantly put attacks into the lead group. He attacked on lap 4 of 11. He intensified the pace 3 laps later. And finally, he had broken everybody's bodies and minds on the penultimate lap, cruising to his 2nd short track win.
It was just full gas up the climb and then a little bit of recovery, and then the climb was there again, so it was quite hard. But yeah, those efforts like 30-second sprints is something I'm good at, and I enjoyed racing here today, and I hope I can show my good form on Sunday as well.
By coming in second, Nino Schurter not only recorded his best ever short track finish, but also extended his lead in the overall.
Yeah, it was a tough course, and Mathieu went hard out. I was a bit afraid to spend a bit too much energy here for probably still feel on Sunday. So I'm happy with my second place. It was a good battle, yeah.
A courageous come-from-behind effort secured Maxime Marotte a narrow third-place finish. Four Swiss riders finished inside the top 10. Nove Mesto short track winner Sam Gaze came in a disappointing 26th.
It certainly was a fast and furious affair. Actually, Mathieu van der Poel then took the win, 125 points for that win. Let's have a look at the updated World Cup standings then after Friday's short track. And it's just 220 points back, but what I take from looking at that is the fact that Mathieu van der Poel and Sam Gaze, despite missing Nove Mesto, they both pulled out, are really close. The points given for short track are really turning things up, right?
Yeah, it is. During the weekend you can earn 375 points, so that's a lot. So, I mean, in the overall standing, everything is still possible for the rest of the season.
It certainly is. Well, that was short track. Here's the real track for today's race.
The Val di Sole cross-country course is 4 kilometers in length, features 160 meters of climbing, and is one of the fastest of the year, with average speeds expected to top 20 kilometers per hour. X-Class Dolomiti Rocks, a 15-meter-long man-made garden of jagged rocks, where line choice is key. GoPro Climb, a steep white climb with a 17% gradient, perfect for overtaking. Evolve Pump Track, a brand new feature for this year where getting the right flow will be essential. Double feed zone. There are 2 opportunities to take on fuel and gain technical support. Val di Sole Bikeland Full Gas, a 370-meter long fast uphill where the race has been decided in the past.
But it's always a track that provides great racing, but this year it's had a little bit of a revamp. There's a few changes, I believe.
Yeah, just a few changes in that first part of the race, which is the most technical, with the longest and steepest climbs. But also the descents over there, they are very technical, with some drops in it as well, rock gardens. Riders have to be really careful and attentive and concentrate for the whole race. And I think with the conditions we have, with the heat, it's hard for the riders.
I mean, let's talk about it. It's incredibly hot here, and actually a lot of this track is very, very exposed. I can only think back to the time when, you know, Julian Absalon actually collapsed here because of heat exhaustion. Are we going to see that today? Are the conditions that bad?
It might be like that. Definitely they will be at the start with cool vest, ice vest, wet towels, things like that, to have a good start. But during the race, they have to cool down with water, and the conditions are very, very difficult for the riders.
One of those days, Bart, when I think you'd rather be in an air-conditioned commentary box than out on the track. Who is going to take the win then? We've seen Schurter win the last 2 races. Can he make it 3 in a row?
Yeah, the races are very hard to predict these days, but I hope the Dutch guy, Mathieu van der Poel.
Okay, stay with us to find out who will be Maximus Pedalers. All the action from round 4 of the Mercedes-Benz UCI Cross Country World Cup is about to begin. The commentary available in English, German and Portuguese. Stay with us. Me and the Bartman will be right back.
Every revolution begins with a spark. Brandon Semenuk teams up with director Rupert Walker for the next level of mountain bike filmmaking. Revel in the chaos. Now available on Red Bull TV.
This weekend then we're in the northwest corner of Italy in Val di Sole. In the winter, it's a valley that is home to some of the region's finest ski resorts, but the snow melts away and reveals the Dolomites as an amazing destination for mountain biking. 10 years we've been coming here, numerous World Cup races, but back in 2008, it was Val di Sole that hosted the prestigious World Championships. Umbrellas above the riders, plenty of ice vest, as you said, Bart. The heat's probably going to be a factor this afternoon. 7 laps plus a start loop. It's going to be a fast-paced race.
Yeah, in the middle of the day, the hottest time of the day as well. There's not that much wind. There's a lot of sun on the back of the riders. There's some sections on the course where they have a bit of shade, but in general, it's going to be a hot one.
So, Enrique Avancini comes up to take his spot on the front row. 4th at last year's World Championships. Big cheer for this man, of course. Gerhard Kirschbaumer. 3rd place in Montanan last year and the Italian national champion. Matthias Flukiger, 3rd overall in last year's World Cup. Just won the national championships. Florian Vogel next out. Defending European champion. One of the new breed of fast French riders coming through. Jordan Sarrou, a former under-23 overall World Cup winner. And from one fast Frenchman to another. 3rd in the Novia Mesto. 3rd overall at the moment, it's Maxime Marotte. The man with all the titles on a retro bike, actually celebrating 60 years of Scott. Nino Schurter takes his place on the front line. And Mathieu van der Poel, the last man out. The winner of 2 short track races this year, still searching for that first cross-country World Cup win. Will it be today? We know he's on form. We saw that on Friday. It's going to be an interesting one, Bart.
It is. He's aiming for that win, that World Cup win.
You know he's got the power. Can he last an hour and a half? Anton Cooper there. The man we saw in the pre-show. Sensational ride at the last round. Jaroslav Kulhavy, former Olympic champion. And this is the start list. Lars Foster, Titois, Carreau on the 2nd row. Anton Cooper there as well on that 2nd row. Serrano.
So, Kulhavy, the 3rd row.
Tempier, a little way back, who had that brilliant ride here last year. Sam Gaze, a little bit further back as well. It's due to the short track, actually, on Friday, that sorts out the start order for today's race.
Howard Grotz, 36, from the US. Strong rider, good climber.
114 entries, 31 countries, 24 degrees out. Humidity, 48%.
It's high.
Feels it, actually.
Yeah. It feels much warmer too.
It does feel a lot hotter than that. Let's hope the start loop goes a little smoother for the men than it did the women.
Riders, you will start anytime in the next 15 seconds.
And we're underway then, round 4. This year's Mercedes-Benz UCI Cross Country World Cup, and it's Van der Poel laying down the power in the white and red right off the line.
Yeah, the start always dangerous. There's a chicane in it, like you can see right here. A very bumpy grass. Not that easy for the riders. Luckily, it's not that dusty.
And it's a huge field part to get through this opening part of the lap here, while they're all so tightly packed together. Look at that lot.
Yeah, it's a huge field, especially when it comes down to a single track later on. And there has been a crash or something in the middle.
Yes.
Some technical problems, it looks like that.
Leaders, though, looking safe and sound at the moment, thankfully. No incidents at the front of the pack to report.
Avancini with Van der Poel leading it.
Avancini is a fast starter, the Brazilian. We see that quite a lot from him. Schurter tucked in there in 3rd. Vogel was in 4th place. Maxime Marot moving up there in the red, white and blue on the left.
And Lars Forster from the BMC team in the red and black, number 6. Kulavi, good start of him as well. Already in the top 10, around 7-8 position.
That can very often be a good sign for a good race. It's Sam Gaze as well.
Sam Gaze, just Anton Cooper.
2 New Zealanders going through.
Manuel Fumig walking besides his bike. Something is wrong, probably.
Could well be, unless he's just got
that's a long way
up on that turn, but that's a long way to the
That's a long way to the deck.
Cooper 15th. McConnell there inside the top 20. And this is why it's so important to get out and at the front if you can. Of course, it's impossible if you start further down the order. After the top 16, it comes down to UCI World Ranking that denotes your start position.
Yes, if you can have a good race on Friday, if you can make it to the top 16 from a 40th position normally on your ranking, that should help a lot for a good race already.
Yep, the XCC, vital really. So Van der Poel chases Avancini, all the big names are there. Kulavi goes through again. Still going up.
Yeah, they're almost to that first part of the lap where they are right now. Almost goes to the same elevation as that first part of the course.
Yeah, this is the second loop on the lap proper. They've missed out that first long climb, which you will see as they come around to complete the start loop and go out onto the first lap of the race.
So at the end of this long straight, I would say, there's a really fast technical descent to the finish line. And after that, they have to do 7 full laps.
It'll be interesting watching this lot, Bart, go down a single file down that first descent that is rapidly appearing.
It is, and the field will be stretched out immediately to a long line.
Yeah.
Some small gaps in between the riders because you need to have a little bit of a distance. And that's why everybody likes to be so to the front.
Some riders even opting to take the longer B-line, as we call it. Misses out those rocks.
Yeah, especially in the beginning of the race, it's not a bad option to take.
No, I mean, they're not taking it because they can't do the A-line, they're doing it because the A-line is so busy. And where the 2 lines come back together, it's a downhill traffic jam.
And on some of the sections, there are some drops where you need to have a little bit of speed, actually, and it's even very difficult for the riders around the 40 positions, I would say, over there.
What goes through your mind, Bart, in a race at the start when you know you're in a traffic jam, you know the leaders are getting away from you?
Yeah, it feels really bad, but you have to stay calm, and you know, the first riders, they go flat out. There's no traffic for them, but you have to stay calm, and after a couple of laps, there's space enough. But it's not a good feeling, not a nice feeling for the riders too.
So let's have a look as they come up to the line what the order is. It's going to be Avancini leading. It's Maxime Marot behind him. Mathieu Van der Poel, the Olympic champion. Nino Schurter, Sam Gaze already up to 5th. Overtaken some 21 riders to get to there, so he looks like he means business. Calavia's teammate right behind him. Tempier, who was so amazing here in last year's World Cup finals, goes through as well. Cooper back in 17th.
Yeah, Cashbaumer we saw as well, the Italian national champ, around 15. Fontana from Italy, not the best start today. Avancini, great start so far. Van der Poel second, and Nino knows what's going on today. The wheel of Van der Poel. Marot on fourth. Gaze, good start. Kulavi just behind them, both Specialized team.
And here they are on that.
Is this an attack of Nino Schurter already that early in the race?
Oh my goodness. So Schurter already decided to put the hurt on everyone else. Van der Poel having a go with him. I wonder if we're going to see a different tactic from Nino today, because they have been closer to him the last few races than I think he would like.
It is, yeah. So with that short track on Friday, it affects definitely his preparation for Sunday. It costs him a lot of energy too. Some of the riders are complaining about that. But he needs to have a kind of a tactic in his mind, and it seems to be full gas from the beginning.
And you've got to say, Bart, you know, riders saying that Friday short track does affect him, but it's fair between these two. They were 1-2 on Friday.
It is, yeah.
So very similar efforts from them. Avancini comes through in third.
But the cross-country race is still totally different from that short track. Different course as well. These times are so much longer.
There's Maxime Marat.
Avancini. It's difficult for him to follow the speed of Nino Schurter right now. Even Marat fourth. And Nino is pushing it really, really hard already.
Maxime Marat is going to be keen to keep Van der Poel in his sights. 7 points only separating them in the overall standings at the moment. There goes Kulavi. Gaze going with him on the number 4.
The two Specialized riders together.
Vogel, the European champion, on the number 7, goes through shot.
There is Anton Cooper, the number 5. Second from last World Cup, Novo Mesto. And that sprint with Nino Schurter. Not the best start today.
Well, already 2 riders separate themselves a little bit from the rest of the field. Van der Poel staying with Schurter at the moment.
Can he follow him?
That is the big question, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's been hard a few times this year.
It seems to be if riders coming closer to Nino, he will have like a wake-up call it like that.
Yeah.
And he's getting even stronger again.
Well, Friday short track race probably didn't sit that well with him, I would imagine. It was a second place finish, which most people would be happy with, but it's Nino Schurter we're talking about. A man who makes winning his business.
And definitely also these points in short track counts a lot for him too, for the overall standing. So that's why he's working that hard on Friday.
He does have a fair lead in the overall World Cup, 220 points. Remember, Mathieu Van der Poel, the man in second place, didn't finish at the last race in Novo Mesto. Actually started that race shortly after surgery, as he did in Albstadt. I guess that's all behind him now. He's fully back to fitness.
It is a quick back over his shoulder to Van der Poel. Where is he? But he's still here. Nobody else. Avancini a bit further down. But Nino is pushing it really hard.
And it's only lap 1. I'm liking that retro bike that Nino's on. Even down to the old graphics on the forks in the frame.
8 seconds. Avancini.
Here's Maxime Marat. Second in the World Cup at the moment. Kulavi takes the look over his shoulder. Where's Sam Gaze? Here he comes, dropping back a little bit, Sam Gaze. Tempier goes through on a 13. Sam Gaze, the number 4.
He's struggling on this climb.
Anton Cooper, number 5. He certainly is, yeah.
Sam Gaze is struggling on this climb, what I said. A good Braido, good start for him as well. He's in the top 6th place. No, a bit further down. Sorry for that, but he's fifth. Sorry. Luca Braido from Italy.
We get the fans excited.
but serious business for Nino. Flying.
Yeah. He likes to light it up where he can.
Small gap to Van der Poel right now.
It is. Richie Van der Poel on the Canyon bike. Full suspension bike bar.
Both.
The two leaders, yeah, interesting.
Avancini, third still. Maxime Rod and Braido on the 5th place. Luca Braido from Italy.
So for now, Van der Poel right there where he needs to be. Right on the wheel of Nino Schurter.
Gaze on 12 at the moment.
I wonder if anyone's going to get back to those two. I guess we very often see that Schurter will test his rivals in the very early stages of the race. Sometimes he backs it off.
Yeah, and I think Van der Poel wouldn't do any work.
There's Manuel Fumic, 43rd. So
he had a technical problem in the beginning. We saw him walking beside his bike. Maybe it's a broken chain what he had before that start, but we haven't seen it exactly what went wrong, but definitely a technical problem. Maybe if Nino felt Van der Poel is not doing any work and it's hard to drop him, probably he will slow down a bit. Avancini and maybe Marot, they can come back once. But Nino already showed his strength, and it's going to be a hard race. And he's testing.
Here comes Calave, looking like he means business today. A host of riders trying to go with him as he overtakes Maxime Marot. Matthias Flukiger in the red and white Swiss top. Tempier.
Another French rider.
Pushed Nino Schurter so hard here last year at those World Cup finals.
Most of the time he's not the fastest starter, but like now, still everything is still closely together. Kerschbaumer, the national champ with the green, white and red. Around 15th position. Van der Poel leading now. So probably these three are not waiting for the chasing group.
It's some way back, you can see it for yourselves there. Avancini, but we see him as a fast starter. His tactic seems to be go as hard for as long as he can. Interesting to see if he can stay with these two for the right duration.
Especially this part of the course, it helps a little bit if you can sit in the wheel of somebody else.
And the pull to the front then on this climb.
It's Kulavi who's leading that chasing group. Manuel Fuming in the white, the national champ from Germany, number 8.
Buried back in the pack from problems on lap on the opening start loop, we believe.
Definitely this section over here suits Kulavi really well.
Is the front pace dropping of Schurter and Van der Poel? Because we saw Avancini pull back 7 seconds then, and it looks to me like Kulavi might be able to get back on their wheel as well.
You're right with that. It's a big chasing group with Tempier here at the end.
And the chasing group also taking 4 seconds out of that leading duo as it was. Cooper just inside the top 20 with his fellow countryman. There they go, Sam Gaze in the red.
On 17, so he's dropping back after that fast start. The leaders. Van der Poel, Nino Schurter, Henrik Avancini.
Schurter has a quick look over the shoulder, as does Avancini. Avancini won't see anyone, I don't think. Fair gap at the moment, it might come down.
Avancini never won a World Cup, did he?
No, he didn't.
Even not that many times on the podium, or this year he did.
In fact, I don't think he's ever made a World Cup podium. His best result, I believe...
He never made a World Cup podium.
I believe his best was the 6th he had in Novia Mesto this year, the last round, I think. Sorry if I'm wrong, Henry. But I think that's how it is.
It might be like that, yeah.
We've only really seen him.
Braido is coming back to the leaders.
All closing up now.
Too. Vogel is with them too.
still lap 1 of 7. Very often the race will calm down after a frantic start loop and a frantic opening lap.
It's Luca Braido who's leading it here from Italy. Crazy. The number 28 on the number plates.
He means it today then. Wouldn't he love to perform in front of the Italian fans? 27 years old, Luca Braido. Well, he's not scared of Mathieu van der Poel and Nino Schurter, is he?
Not at all. Braido, we knew him from the eliminator races, where he was very strong too. Not scared at all. Aggressive style of riding he has. Also fast in this descent.
Yeah. So the tech feed zone he comes round then to end lap 1.
Yeah, two brothers, Luca and Daniele Braido.
And Luca obviously the strongest, is he usually?
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I don't know where his brother is at the moment. That's Luca.
So Braido across the line. Nice little gap of 5 seconds.
And that's his other brother.
Oh,
At the end
coming.
of that group, yeah, there he is coming. A high number as well, 41.
There you're right, number 14th for him.
That's
the other Braido.
Yeah, I think that's Daniele. I'm not sure actually, these two.
So it's definitely Luca out front at the moment, that's for sure. And there's actually 3 Italians inside the top 14 at the moment, so they're having a great day.
It always helps the riders if they have to perform in their own country, hometown, with the fans on the side, and there are plenty of them here in Italy.
There are. Big turnout actually, looking at the hillside in front of us, full of spectators.
So a small gap to that chasing group with Avancini who's leading it. So Luca Braido, the leader of the race. There he is. Out of the saddle, pushing hard. Try to find a grip on the rear wheel on that gravel climb over here. Not that easy.
No, as you can see, the racing line in the middle is a little clearer. Yep, Schurter's closed you down.
He is.
Of course he has. And he's going to want to be first into this technical climb now. This new climb is different to previous years and a little bit more difficult, I suppose, really.
It is, yeah, especially when the riders are riding that close together as they do right now. If some of you make a mistake in front of you, it's very difficult to continue and stay on the bike. We saw that in the women's race.
Yeah, we did.
And even for these men, they have to leave a small gap to the rider in front of them. Avancini now in 4th. Vogel, European champion in the 5th place. Another Swiss rider, Matthias Frickiger, just behind him.
Is it a nice feeling, Bart, to get to lap 2 after the franticness of lap 1 and kind of be in a good position and, you know, you have be in control of your body, you know what I mean by that?
You have to survive, actually, that first crazy lap, which it always is. All these riders, they fight for their positions. And after one lap, they slow down just a little bit. There's a bit more space. There's not immediately somebody else behind you which likes to overtake you. And it gives the riders a lot of rest, also mentally a lot of rest. Kulavi, a quick back over his shoulder. Seems to me he's losing a bit of terrain.
Yeah. 7th as they cross the line for Jaroslav Kulhavin.
Nino leading. Van der Poel, a small gap.
Yeah. Noticeable gap. Vogel goes through.
Nino is pushing it really hard today.
He's probably quite angry about Friday night. He didn't win.
He became 2nd.
That was, yeah, very, very good indeed.
Maybe that's why he's so angry.
Yeah.
He's always strong.
Yeah. Any discipline, any racetrack on the planet, he is the man to beat.
He is. Yeah. A quick look, I think, to this man, Van der Poel. Avancini 4th here, Vogel 5th. The terrain becomes more rough because it's that dry. A lot of braking holes.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to escape the rain today as well. Actually, we've had rain most days this week.
This section over here has a lot of corners, some steep sections in between as well, rocky parts. For the fans on the side, it's really nice to see the riders. You can see them for a long time in several angles.
There's not many sports, Bart, where you can get this close to the action.
No, it's true, and that's what you like as a fan.
Yeah, it's great. You can really get in there and see the pain on these riders' faces.
Great atmosphere
and
here.
Look at the support for Brado. The crowd really almost pushing him up these climbs if they were allowed to.
It will motivate him a lot, and hopefully he can make it till the end of the race, because probably he will overcook himself and he stays on riding like this. If he blew up on a course like this, it's really hard to continue or to recover from that. But so far, nothing wrong. Second, 5 seconds only to Schurter. Another Swiss rider here.
Vogel up to third ahead of Avancini. Van der Poel back to fifth, 12 seconds back. Nothing to hit the panic button about yet. Tempier goes through in eighth.
Another Swiss rider, Licha on ninth.
Going to be Harvey next. Already 27 seconds back. It's a fair gap, Bart.
It is, yeah. He's losing a bit of time.
So, watch the Swiss maestro flow down this descent.
He's on a mission.
He is waiting for no man.
No sprint finish today, so far, looks like.
No, that's right. Maybe he's had his, I would imagine he might have had his fill of those for 2018. But it is always dangerous, a sprint finish. I guess you're never going to leave it to that unless you really have no option.
It is. That's his last weapon, probably.
Yeah, that's right.
He can use. But right now, he's riding away.
Oh, he really is. Wow. Look how much time he's taken out of the other riders. Mainly on, a lot of it will be on that descent.
And even we didn't expect Luca Brado here on the second place.
There's Van der Poel back in third ahead of Florian Vogel. Is this tallying bar already? Is this a tallying gap?
It is.
It is.
Now it is, man. Now it is. Especially after that first lap already, when Nino was pushing it really hard. Now he's opening the gaps between the riders even more and more. Van der Poel is struggling with that high speed of Nino at the moment, and I think that's his biggest revival for today.
12 seconds that gap back to this man, Mathieu van der Poel, who very recently, when was it, Bob? Was it last weekend? Became the Dutch road race champion?
Yeah, he did. And that's something impressive what he showed. Incredible to the Dutch road riders.
Oh my goodness, I bet they were thrilled.
Yeah, especially when you know we have 2 big road teams, Pro Tour teams in Holland, Sunweb and Lotte Jungwirth, the other one. And he beat them all. And they have some really strong sprinters which are participating in the Tour de France right now. So he's a special guy, Van der Poel.
Plenty of heritage there. His granddad, the winner of the Volta of España. His father, a cyclocross world champion and a winner of 2 stages of the Tour de France. So plenty of talent.
Kerschbaumer here, the national champion from Italy. Tempier also there.
Okay, well, this race is just getting going. Stay with us. We'll be back with all the action.
Pump up your tires for the world of Red Bull. The best live events, feature films, and shows. Make it your world and download the app for free. Red Bull TV is available on all your devices, anywhere, at any time. Go beyond the ordinary. Get the app now.
Trial bike legend Danny McAskill faces his biggest challenge to date.
Come to Africa, he said. It'll be fun, he said.
Climbing the highest mountain in Africa with his bike. Kilimanjaro, Mountain of Greatness. Now available on Red Bull TV.
Welcome back to Val di Sole in Italy. It's the final race of the weekend. Round 4 of the Mercedes-Benz UCI Cross Country World Cup. The men's have taken to the track, and already Nino Schurter 26 seconds ahead of everyone else.
That's a fair gap.
It's a very fair gap, but took 20 seconds out of everyone in the start of that lap. Not messing about today, is he?
It's crazy how fast he is. That chasing group, all the big names in it, but 25 seconds in between. And he has to continue right now from till the end, actually, which is not an easy job for him too.
No, it's still a long, long way to go in this race, of course.
So he has to be concentrated and take his energy with the bottles, with the drinks.
In this temperature, do you need to take extra care of yourself?
It is, yeah, but it helps a lot when you are riding by yourself and on your own. You have time for that as well, to relax on several parts of the course, to have a drink, to cool down with some extra water, because there's no pressure from other riders behind you.
No one's going to snatch that lead away from you in a split second.
So you might lose a few seconds in some of the sections and gain it again a bit further.
Kershbaumer going through.
Tempier also came back to this chasing group after not such a good start he had earlier. Avancini now, the last rider of this chasing group. Matthias Flickiger, he became actually the national champ mountain bike 2 weeks ago in Switzerland. Nino, he had a technical problem. He came very close to the podium again after his
chain, I believe. Yeah.
Yep.
Seen a lot of that this year, actually.
It is more in the 12-speed cassettes, smaller chains.
Yeah,
it's always a dangerous part of the bike.
Plenty of different lines through those rocks. Yeah, we see that actually a lot in the downhill races, strangely enough.
I can imagine in downhill they have to put down the power directly from the start.
And they change gear as, you know, at full power. That seems to be what it is. It's a 7-speed block that most of the downhillers run on their bikes, incidentally. Schurter coming around to finish lap 2 then. Through the tech and feed zone. Nothing to drink. Nice cooling refresh of cold water all over his body.
It's going to be a long race for him.
Well, it looks like he's made that decision now to go it alone.
It is. There's no way back.
Taking a look over at the gap. Seeing who is where. Very much in control, the Olympic champion.
Kershbaumer missed his bottle. It's not what you like as an athlete.
Not in these temperatures, but it just frustrates you, I'd imagine, huh?
It is, yeah. It's a very bumpy section here, that tech feed zone.
And now Van der Poel dropping back a little bit further from even this second group, but
yeah, even he has troubles to follow this speed from the chasing group too.
Haven't seen it in 8th. Tempier already up to 7th place.
Yeah, the way how Van der Poel won that race last Friday was very impressive, but he spent a lot of energy in a race like that too.
Calavi inside the top 10.
He might pay the price for that at the moment.
We saw him, didn't we? Just really tear the legs off everyone on that climb. He said afterwards, basically the lap came down to a 30-second sprint, and that is what he is good at. Here then,
Kershbaumer, yeah, here.
Missing that bowl.
He has to wait another 10 minutes for that drink to get it.
That's a long time, I'd imagine, when you want to drink that badly.
If you got thirsty.
Fastest lap then, Schurter. Only a second quicker than Luca Prado.
Another Italian rider with a 3rd fastest lap time, Kershbaumer. Vogel. He's coming, the European champion with the number 7 bike plate.
Winner of 2 World Cups, Florian Vogel. The last one, though, 8 years ago. Tempier going around Van der Poel.
Two Italian riders here in this chasing group. Vogel, who's leading it. Kershbaumer and Braido, the numbers 3 and 5 in the race. Foot on the ground for Kerstbaumer.
And everyone, you can see for yourselves just how steep that last part of that climb is. I'm a fan of this new technical.
It's really nice.
It breaks the climb up.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's really nice.
Tempier just driving that huge gear round and round.
A lot of wind, that you can see.
Yeah, wind is picking up actually.
Yeah. It might cool down a little bit. Probably it's really, really nice for the riders.
The cloud cover is coming in a bit as well. They'll be thankful for that.
Van der Poel back on the wheel of the chasing group with Avancini. Tempier pushing hard, a big gear here on this climb.
And back to our leader. Nino Schurter then out front. Business as usual for that man, really.
Yeah, sections like this, probably he will take that to recover a bit from the long, steep climbs.
6 times an elite world champion, believe it or not. And actually the winner of 28 World Cup races, so he goes, actually he's only 5 off the all-time record of the now retired Julian Absalon. So that's got to be a record that is on Nino Schurter's mind, I'd imagine.
Yeah, we discussed already in the pre-show, Sam Gaze, he beat him in Stellenbosch earlier this year. In the sprint finish, he won Alpstad with hard and slippery conditions easily. But he won Nova Mesto in the sprint finish again, just against just a few centimeters against Anton Cooper.
Such a tight one, yeah.
So tight racing these days. But today it's again like he always do, how he always did.
And no one today has been able to go with him. That's the difference.
And it's good to see that many Italian riders in front of the race with Kerstbaumer, Braido.
And I suppose, Bart, you know, you'd have to say that Schurter, his consistency is almost the most impressive thing about him. You know what I mean? Is that what separates a good rider that can do well on a day from a great rider that is there every single day?
He's sometimes he's unbeatable.
Yes.
But he's unbeatable just a few times a year.
Yeah.
But Nino is always there.
Yes, he is. And that to me is even more impressive, to stay at that level.
Yeah. That's true. It doesn't matter if it's a rainy day, a sunny day, hot conditions, it doesn't matter what kind of course it is, he's always there.
Well, it's nearly half a minute now from first to second, but then it gets tight. Only a few seconds covering that chasing group.
So he gained another 4 seconds. That's not so much, actually.
No. Is there an opportunity on this track for the chasing group to work together and catch it?
Yeah, there is. Definitely this.
There's enough of an aerodynamic.
Yeah, that second part of the course, yeah, definitely it is. It helps a lot when you have a little bit of draft from the riders in front of you. So you can recover a little bit before that long, yeah, almost that drag section starts from that second loop to the top.
Yeah.
It will help a lot. And even the speed most of the time from a chasing group, it's easily to continue to and stay high compared to your, if you have to do by yourself.
So there's Jolanda Neff warming down after that women's race.
Warming down. Yeah, that's what they do.
That is right, yeah.
Cool down.
Cooling down. Yeah.
But yeah, riders, they have to warm up and they stay on the roller and they have to cool down after the race again. It's part of their job.
Yeah, that's right. Otherwise, you feel even worse tomorrow.
Yeah, very bad. I saw a lot of riders, they take a bath in the river over here, in the cold water to cool down. It's really cold. It's like only a few degrees.
You won't get me near that.
Ice water.
Won't get me anywhere near that. Schurter on lap 3 then already. Riding with intent.
He knows exactly where the chasing group is. You get that information from the side of the race. You will see it on the screen as well when he crosses the start-finish line. Yeah, Matthias Flückiger in the red, the white cross, the new Swiss champion. A new kit for him as well, the number 11. Well, what a race for Braido, for Kerschbaumer. Braido, of course, as well.
Yeah,
another
really.
Italian rider. But even after 3 laps, what we have done so far, still in the lead of the race.
I'll tell you what, the pace of Schurter at the front must be pretty all out, because look how hard everyone is even working to keep in touch with him. This chasing group, the pace of them on these climbs is frightening.
They're not slowing down at all. Aerodynamic position for Nino Schurter here on the flat. This section over here helps a bit if you can have a rider in front of you to save a bit of energy. And then you are a bit more fresh when the climb starts over here.
Look at that gap. Well, that has surprised me. Schurter is very nearly out of sight, out of mind at this point. It would help this group if they could even see the man they're chasing.
Yeah, it will help, yeah, as long as probably they will see them one more time on that steeper climb in that first loop of the course, but maybe that's a tactic of Nino too. Go away, but nobody else can see you. Kerschbaumer out of the saddle and pushing hard. Braido in this group too.
The bar swinging Stefan Tempier on the Bianchi. So the climb not over yet. Onwards and upwards they go. Van der Poel 28 seconds back. Haven't seen, he's still hanging in there. A fast start for him, 7th for him at the moment.
So they brought back the gap at 4 seconds, 25 at the moment. It's a bit the same. It's hard to say if he can go on and keep that gap, because it's going to be a hard race if it's like this all the time. Especially that bottom section, it's really hard for Nino to keep the gap. And if the chasing group has a little bit of a feeling that they come closer, it motivates them a lot.
Well, the Italians are going to be motivated. Do you know when the last Italian male winner of a World Cup was?
Ben. That must be Paola Pezzo?
Male.
Oh, male, sorry.
So Eva Lechner would be the last female, of course.
For sure, yeah. The male. Ooh, male.
I've got him.
Fontana, I would say.
You're impressed, aren't you, with my knowledge that someone's just given me? It was actually Marco Buey at round 3 back in 2005. Thanks to my sources for making me look incredible. There's not much that the Bartman doesn't know about cross country.
Fontana didn't win a World Cup.
That's right, he didn't. He didn't yet.
Marco Buey.
And he won't be today, actually. He's a little bit bruised and battered, Marco Fontana, from a crash in the week. So this man, though, not bruised and battered one bit. He's bruising and battering the opposition. Schurter leads at the moment. The pace these XC riders now fly down even the most technical descents. I went riding actually with Sam Gaze a couple of weeks ago, believe it or not, and clearly on the climb it was hell on earth. Well, he wasn't even slightly out of breath, but on the downhill, gone. Couldn't keep up with him, nowhere near.
A bit of background as a downhiller for you.
Exactly, yeah.
Actually, Matthias Flückiger, he's riding a hardtail bike. All these men have their full suspension, except Matthias Flückiger.
100 millimeters of travel, though, as all these bikes have on the front and rear, usually. Not a lot, but it does make a difference.
But it goes a lot of energy for Nino too. You can see the expression on his face.
Yeah.
His body language.
Look how hard he's going.
It's not an easy ride.
Look how hard he's going. He is a machine.
Every week again.
Every week, yeah. 39 minutes has passed then. On to lap 4 goes our leader. 20 seconds back to second now.
They came back 5 seconds again. And these split times are on different places on course. I think we have 3 different split times with that start-finish line.
Yeah.
So they brought it back with 5 again.
It may extend again on this steep climb. I suppose that there's less of an advantage for the group.
Yeah,
in fact,
yeah, you're right.
They could even get in each other's way a little on this climb.
This part of the race suits Nino definitely a bit more than that second loop when it comes to the finish line. But anyway, if they have the feeling that they come closer, probably on the climb where they will get right now, maybe they can see them.
Well, he was out of sight the last time they went to the very furthest point away on the track. You're right, if they can see him, they're going to know they're coming back. Look at him.
It's not an easy ride for Nino. You can see it.
Savage horsepower on these climbs for the Olympic
They're
champion.
not that far behind him.
They're not. The gap looks to be coming down. The world champion, Nino Schurter. If they catch him, Bart, does that mean Nino Schurter's in trouble?
Yeah, he's in trouble, yeah.
Really?
He will be in trouble. It doesn't mean that he lost the race, but he will be in trouble for a couple of laps.
And then he can recover.
Then he can recover a
They
bit.
can actually recover.
And can find his energy back for the last lap before a sprint finish. But mentally, it's Sam Gaze.
Sam Gaze.
Back. Mentally, it will mean a lot for him too when the chasing group come back.
Sam Gaze back in 65th.
He will pull out.
Maybe, yeah, it's a good chance. I think we might see more for him in Valnor next week, where he's performed very well in the past, Sam Gaze.
Yeah, with Sam Gaze, most of the time it's all or nothing.
Yeah.
When he is in the front of the race, he's so motivated, and he's even able to win a World Cup, what he already showed in Stellenbosch earlier this year. But
I mean, you know, he's the only guy in over a year to beat Nino Schurter.
But when he doesn't have the right feeling, it's not easy to handle him and motivate him to even like a top 10 finish or something like that.
No, he's definitely interested in winning them.
It is, yes. Actually, Rich is also something and a special character of an athlete.
Yeah, that's right as well, you know, exactly. On his day, he's going to be thereabouts, maybe unbeatable sometimes.
Nino Schurter still in the lead. Kerstbaumer, he's not that far behind him. And pushing hard in that chasing group where Avancini was in trouble too, to follow the speed.
It's rough, you know, this course, Bart.
It's getting more rough. Because it's so dry, so dusty.
These downhills no walk in the park, though. Nowhere to rest on them, really. You can see how hard the riders are working. They're not far behind this chasing pack.
Impressive if they can come back to Nino.
Well, I would say that when they get to the bottom here, they can act like a steam train and draft a little bit all the way out to the furthest point of this track, really. It's not technical, is it, the other loop?
No, not at all. No, not at all. And they have a lot of advantage from each other. And probably for an Italian rider, it means so much to ride here on this course.
Yeah, it certainly does. So there's Nino Schurter then.
But also a chasing group, they will feel if they come closer. And Nino will know that as well.
And that will motivate them. There's that gap in real time.
And it's what you said, this part of the course suits Nino probably even better than these guys do. And you don't have that advantage from each other here.
An Italian in second place, Gerhard Kerschbaumer. Van der Poel there in the white and red in third. Florian Vogel behind him. I'll tell you what, Kerschbaumer is giving the crowd what they want. You can see him there, Bart.
Yeah.
They're not that far back. This is great. This is turning into a good race.
It's something what I didn't expect, actually, that the chasing group could come back to Nino.
I kind of thought it was looking like it might be over as well. We did say it actually in the break. Kerschbaumer, though, let's not forget what a talent he is. 2 times an under-23 world champion. So, you know.
And he reached the podium last year in Mont-Saint-Anne as well.
Yeah, he did. 3rd place in St. Anne last year for him. And he's picked a great race to find some form, that's for sure.
16 seconds.
Look at the people here.
It's coming back to 4 again.
Another 4 goes off. Wow.
Tempier, typical style.
Yeah.
Out of the saddle, using his body weight to push down the pedals.
Well, it is a style that works for him, actually.
Another Italian.
World number 2, actually, Stefan Tempier from last year. Second in last year's World Cup overall. Grado back in 8th now.
Quick look over his shoulder. There is Kerschbaumer coming.
Wow. Now Kerschbaumer looks to be alone, but
yeah, it would help him a lot when Van der Poel and also Avancini is with him. Oh, well as well.
It shows us how fierce the pace is.
It is, yeah. Even Nino is not waiting at all for these guys.
And these guys breaking themselves up to try and stay with him.
Fresh bottle, water.
Really covering himself in it. That's how hot it is out there.
If you start doing it, you have to do it for the whole race.
No fear of a cramp putting that cold water on your hot legs like that?
No, but cramp might be possible in these conditions.
Yeah.
I mean, the riders have to be prepared for that. That's why they have to drink so much as well. And still they lost a lot of body liquid during the race.
Some food in his mouth.
Gel, some extra energy.
Wow. Sure, doesn't he just look awesome? Flows on the descents, attacks on the climbs.
Not that much time for him to relax.
That's very true.
Stretch his legs.
Well, it's all happening here in Val di Sole, Italy. We'll be right back.
He's one of the most successful mountain bikers in history.
This is Mr. Nino Schurter, ladies and gentlemen.
Nino is simply the most determined person I know.
Witness his energy, his passion, and his greatest victory. Nino Schurter, a mountain biker's hunt for glory. Now available on Red Bull TV.
The Red Bull Cliff Diving World Series celebrates its 10th anniversary. 14 men and 10 women fight for the title at 7 stunning locations. Can 6-time champion Gary Hunt strike back this year? Red Bull Cliff Diving World Series 2018, July 14th on Red Bull TV.
Welcome back to Northern Italy then. Round 4 of the Mercedes-Benz UCI World Cup. My name's Rob Warner. If you've just joined us, Bart Brenton, the former Olympic champion, is in the commentary box with me, and we are seeing an enthralling battle. Nino Schurter leads, but the gap to Kerschbaumer and Van der Poel looks to be coming down, Bart.
Yeah, it's coming down again. Each split time, it's about 4 or 5 seconds, but they gain back. It has been 25 seconds in the previous lap, 1.5 lap. Now only 13 seconds. It seems to be Kerschbaumer is coming back, but now he's on his own as well, the same as Nino has to do. Everything by himself, and it means the pace, it's really hard, and even the chasing group fell apart.
But as we saw during the break, last lap, at the end of that long grass straight where they turn and go back up, Schurter was out of sight. This lap, he was very much in sight. Do you use parts of the track as a reference like that as a racer?
Yeah, you saw Nino, he was watching over his shoulder all the time on several parts of the course, and he knew as well he's coming closer, so probably he will slow down automatically a little bit as well, because he feels Kerschbaumer is much stronger at the moment, so why should I spend that much energy? Maybe he needs to take another tactic. And we knew from Nino he's always stronger in the last lap.
Yeah.
Maybe what we already said, his last lap in the sprint finish.
Oh, look at that. Kerschbaumer looks to me to be coming.
This is a new rider again, a young rider.
Someone else.
So motivated to do really well in the World Cup, especially here in Italy. Home soil race. Die. A lot of Italian fans.
That'll be a big difference to this man as well.
Van der Poel a bit further down, but still in vision.
Flying down through those rocks there. Just a couple of turns back now.
It seems to be the gap between Nino, Kersbaumer and Van der Poel is almost the same. So it looks like Van der Poel is losing a bit of terrain to Kersbaumer.
Paying the price for that effort in Friday's short track race. There's Manuel Fumic.
In front of Rido. No, it's somebody else.
45th at the moment, that man.
He had a technical problem in the beginning. We don't know exactly what went wrong. But, we saw him off the bike in that first climb early in the race.
Mirko Tabaki going with him.
Kersbaumer is coming.
He definitely is. Impressive ride from him. Van der Poel not so far back either.
From 14 till 10.
Van der Poel staff running over to encourage him. And Schurter has had his lead slashed by a full 10 seconds that lap. Kirschbaumer 10 seconds quicker than the Olympic champion. And there's one thing that's going to motivate Kirschbaumer, would be to win his first World Cup on Italian soil.
It definitely will be.
Very motivating for him.
His first World Cup win and also his first World Cup win on home soil.
Yeah, if you're going to do it,
it's something
this
special.
would be the day to do it.
Yeah, I don't know if Nino went too fast in the beginning. Of course, it's a long race when you have to do it all by yourself.
Yeah.
But right now, yeah, everybody is riding by himself, and they don't have any advantage of each other.
I mean, you know, clearly to go like that at the start. I mean, although Nino always is at the front, but if you feel good in a race, can you all of a sudden feel bad? And vice versa, if you start, I know if you start badly, sometimes you can ride in.
Yeah,
can it work the other way around?
Yeah,
you just fall off the edge of the cliff?
The other way around can happen too.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it does. And it's also a mental game what's going on in their mind as well during the race.
Part of it, Valero.
Big part of it as well. So if other riders are even stronger during the race, yeah.
Sarou 11th, Carreau, the other Frenchman, the other young Frenchman, they're in 16th.
Orbach from Switzerland.
So here's the man in second place. Gerhard Kirschbaumer, 27 years old.
He's a tall guy, and I guess especially like these small turns doesn't suit him that well. More difficult for him, but he sees Nino in front of him.
Hard to believe anyone is actually closing on Nino when you look at him, but you can see it for yourselves.
But there's still a gap.
That gap, it's coming. It looks to be coming down.
Looks to be coming down, but it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, maybe.
To close it.
Van der Poel is far from giving up either.
Without glasses.
Van der Poel, the youngest man ever to become a cyclocross world champion. A sport not too far from this one, I suppose, in many ways. Very different in other ways.
In many ways, like Belgium and Holland, it looks like almost the same. But on a course like this, I wouldn't ride it with a cyclocross bike. I think it'd break in two pieces or even more. It's difficult, different, totally different. Also different seasons.
Van der Poel, yeah, I was going to say, Van der Poel is a star of an absolutely one. Is he the best in cyclocross? Like,
one of the best, yeah.
His World Cup season was untouchable, right?
Yeah, yes, yeah. But Wout van Aert, it's a Belgian rider. He's on the same level. He became world champ.
And it's a winter sport.
It is.
Does that make it difficult for Van der Poel to compete in the heat like today?
it might be, but I don't think it's a problem for Van der Poel. At least, yeah, he's strong in cold conditions too, but it might be. I'm not sure about that.
No.
I knew from several riders that they love to ride in cold conditions compared to the heat.
Yeah.
But I don't think it bothers Van der Poel too much.
No. Sure, onwards then. Lap 5 of 7 already. The next time they cross the line, it's going to be the penultimate lap already. These guys rattle it off, don't they, Bart?
It's crazy how fast they are.
It is. And that's coming from you, an Olympic champion.
Even to make the race really exciting, to race like this. Nino, a great attack in the beginning of the race, 25 seconds gap. And now Gersbauer is bringing it down almost. Oh, he brought it down to 10 seconds. I don't know how much it is at the next split.
No, we'll keep an eye on that.
Surely we will know.
Yeah, we will.
But probably the most difficult thing for Van der Poel is he has to perform the whole year actually. There's not that much rest for his body. And that might be a problem for the future.
Yeah, it's going to take its toll on him. He's a young man, isn't he, of course, only 23 years old. But you've got to say that. But I mean, these guys, September, they have a little off-season.
11 seconds. He gained one.
Yeah. But everyone else, I guess, has a bit of a break or has a cycle to their year. I mean, he comes from this. He's going to be getting ready for cyclocross, right?
Yeah, he did like Stellenbosch immediately after his cyclocross season and took a break, like 2 weeks off after Stellenbosch.
And let's not forget what his cyclocross season is. It was 39 races this winter.
Great,
He won 32 of them.
Yeah, two races each weekend, Saturday, Sunday.
No way.
There's a whole crew support around him during all these races. Who clean his bike, prepare the bikes. Otherwise, he wouldn't make it like that.
No, he turns up and races. Haven't seen he's still in there as well.
I haven't seen he's still in the top 5. Together with Vogel. Strong ride for Florian Vogel too. He's been teammates of Nino Schurter for a long time, but riding for the Focus team already for several years again.
Been a long time since a Dutchman won a World Cup, Bart.
Who was it? I think.
You know him quite well.
2006.
It was you. You were the last Dutch rider to win a mountain bike World Cup. You might even be the only Dutch.
No. Bas van Doren. He won a World Cup too.
Well, there you go. There goes Florian Vogel then. The hour mark rapidly approaching in this race. Schurter drives on at the front. The only man ever to have a perfect season in men's cross-country racing. Won every single race of 2017, including, of course, the World Championships.
He looks better to me again.
Yeah, perhaps. We're going to see if the gap is opening up. Hard to see from that angle, but I would say it might be a little bit.
It's crazy how close a rider comes to him back.
Kirschbaumer looking pretty composed there, Bart.
It's true, yeah, it is. But I mean, it's still a bit.
It's a shame that Van der Poel isn't with him and they can close that gap
that's what I think too, They could work together a little bit, especially on that part what's following now.
They're all going so fast still. Stomping these climbs. Well, Maxime Marot back in 30th. Now that'll have big implications in the overall standings. He did actually come into this World Cup here in Val di Sole. Second in points. I don't know if he's had a mechanical or he's just having a bad day. We'll try and find out.
Seems to be like a bad day. Not the best day for the Cannondale team. Of course, Avancini is in front of the race, 4 at the moment, but also Manuel Fumeki had a technical problem. He's coming closer.
I think so as well.
He's coming
Looking like
close.
that, it is, yeah. Well, the gap, it was 11 seconds. There's a split towards the top of this climb. Plenty of encouragement for him as well. How much difference does that make, Bart, as a racer?
For him it will help.
Huge?
Yeah, it will help, yeah. Especially here in Italy. Split times going up.
Okay. 6, 7. It was 11 seconds. It's going to be very close to that again.
It's the same. Still the same.
Wow. Schurter perhaps managing that gap. I don't know. 13 seconds further back to Van der Poel from Kirschbaumer.
Yeah, Van der Poel brought down the gap with 4 seconds. Not that much, but he did it. If Kirschbaumer comes to Nino, probably they will slow down. Now, that's an opportunity for Van der Poel to come back to the leaders, but as it is right now, it looks like Nino is not waiting at all. Avancini on 4 together with Florian Vogel. First time for Avancini. Being that close to the podium.
In the podium spot at the moment, Avancini. Strong ride from Florian Vogel as well.
Tempier on 6th. Out of the saddle most of the time on each climb again. Pushing that big gear. The Yankee team with a different color bike.
Yeah. It's a unique style of Tempiers, but one that seems to work for him.
Why not? Yeah. The hard thing for a rider like that is also that you have enough traction on your rear wheel, especially on these slippery climbs.
So, Kirschbaumer hotly in pursuit then of Nino Schurter. So close, yet so far at this point.
Yeah, so close already for many laps.
Here they come into the descent again. Okay, let's go down to the pits. Rick is with Gerhard, Kirschbaumer's team manager.
Mauro, how good a performance is this from Gerhard today?
Yes, it's 3 weeks. The last 3 weeks, the winner every race. I think it's a good leg. It's possible one good race. Effectively, stay in the front.
How important would it be for him to win here in Italy?
Yes, it's the best. But the podium is very important.
Mauro, thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you. Ciao. Bye-bye.
Mauro Bettin, his team manager.
Yeah. Cernebi, pretty stoked if he can get on the podium.
Yeah, he said he's in a good shape, but riding a World Cup, you have to be in a good shape. Different level than all the other races, what the riders do in between. But he shows a good shape, that's for sure. Here he is, there they are.
So penultimate lap has started for Nino Schurter.
2 more to go, 7 seconds.
So the gap is slowly coming down. It was 10. Another 3 seconds back for Kirschbaumer then with 2 to go. Mathieu van der Poel hanging in there in 3rd place.
What can he do? 23, it's the same. Taking another gel.
Can he find anything to close down that gap?
For these last 20 minutes, 22 minutes race.
Yolanda Neff still out there watching. Still in her riding gear from earlier in the day.
But it's a clean one.
Yeah.
It's not her racing kit.
Very good point, yeah. There goes Florian Vogel. Brave rides from all these men in this weather, in this heat out there. The clouds have gone away, the sun comes out again, and Kirschbaumer looks to be closing that gap.
He's going to close the gap, for sure. Out of the saddle.
Good form coming into this one. We heard it from his team manager. 3 weekends races, won them all.
Great shape.
Nothing as big as this one.
He's coming back to Nino. On a part of the course which suits him the best.
Best result, actually, Kirschbaumer last year with that 3rd in Mont Saint-Anne.
So he knew what it is to be on the podium. Can he improve from that? Second in this World Cup race, Val di Sole. It's a hard race for the riders.
It really is, yeah.
I don't think Nino has been thinking about Kerschbaumer. To see him that late in the race, still in his wheel. Close behind him, Van der Poel on third. Out of the saddle, Nino, pushing hard. Kerschbaumer almost there. And I expect they will slow down a little bit. I don't know if it's that enough for Van der Poel to close the gap. 23 seconds at the start-finish line.
Van der Poel still turning those pedals, but he's a determined man.
He is, yeah.
You've got to be to race as much as he does.
1.5 hour race. He's used to 1 hour flat out in cyclocross. I don't know if that affects him, that last few laps in a race like this.
Well, you know, it's a bit longer than a cyclocross
Yeah, it's
race,
a half an hour more.
Yeah.
But he has a lot of endurance, like he did a lot of races on the road.
And road races are even longer, right?
4 or 5 hours, or even longer, maybe 5, 6. Kerschbaumer almost there, back in the wheel of Nino.
It's close. What's it like, Bart, when you are that close to someone and the gap is just tantalisingly there in front of you and you can't quite get to him? Motivating or crushing? Depends how you feel.
It's motivating, definitely it is. But I mean, still it has to be close. And you know, with Nino, he's a real fighter. And if it comes to the last lap and he already had a gap of maybe 7 seconds, what it was at the finish line, he wouldn't wait at all. He keeps on pushing it, and that's what he does already the whole race. It has been 25 seconds. Kerschbaumer, he brought it down lap by lap. I mean, still the gap is still there. On some of the parts of this course, it suits Nino really well, and I think Kerschbaumer is paying the price for giving it all already for the whole race, the same as Nino does.
Yeah. The advantage for Kerschbaumer is that everyone around the edge of this racetrack would, if they were allowed, climb over the fence and carry his bike up these hills for him. The atmosphere electric up there on the mountainside. Kerschbaumer being urged forwards by the Italian fans.
7 at the finish line, 8 at the moment.
Hovering around the 10-second mark, that gap.
And now the descent for Nino, where we can relax.
2 different lines there. Kerschbaumer goes wider. A little less steep the drop in. Van der Poel
pushing hard, smaller gear, but good speed. Looks like that.
Well, it is go time here in Italy. Round 4 Mercedes-Benz UCI Cross Country World Cup. If you just joined us, it's an enthralling battle between Nino Schurter, the Olympic champion. This man, the Italian, Gerhard Kerschbaumer, desperately trying to get on his wheel. And just behind him, it's Mathieu van der Poel, the former cyclocross world champion.
And a descent like this at the moment, it's a reward for that hard effort what they have to give and that climb. And they can relax a little bit at the bottom where the tech feed zone is. They will have take a drink, 1.5 lap to go. Not that far anymore.
Vogel, it's a great ride for Florian Vogel there in 5th place at the moment.
It's been a while when he has been on the podium.
Yep, certainly hasn't been on the podium this year. Andorra, he did get on the podium in 2017, where we go next week, actually.
What a race for Avancini too. The Brazilian rider. Mountain biking in Brazil, it's really popular at the moment.
And it's growing massively, right, in South America, I believe. And Avancini, he's big news down there.
He is, yeah, he is. He's a star.
He is a big star, that's right, exactly. I see some more South American riders get to the top of mountain biking.
There's another Brazilian rider, Kukuchi, his name. I don't know which number he has or where he is at the moment.
And in downhill, of course, you know, not from Brazil but from Colombia, we've got Marcelo Gutierrez doing big things as well. And you usually find that, Bart, the more riders from a country that do well, it brings more and more people in. Here's Nino Schurter through the tech feed zone. Oh, misses a bottle.
That's crucial. Yeah, frustrating.
Is it crucial?
Yeah, he needs it. It will affect it.
It will.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to affect him too much because Kirschbaumer ain't far behind him now.
But that's also the pressure what he feels too. The pressure of the staff of the team, the whole team behind him.
Van der Poel sitting down where he can, just grabbing a couple of seconds to rest those legs.
And the legs will hurt a lot at the end of the race. Where he is right now, not that far anymore.
Oh, look at this.
Together.
Wow.
Something what we didn't expect, but it's happened.
No way, and Kirschbaumer goes by Schurter. I imagine Schurter's happy enough.
I think the fans here in Italy get crazy.
Oh my goodness. They're as far away as they can be at this point from the start-finish area, but as Bart said, the crowd are going to go mad when they see Kirschbaumer in front. Schurter didn't put up a fight, as you said. He's probably going to try and rest himself now a little bit.
Yeah, probably we will see that sprint finish again, as what we have seen in Stellenbosch and Nove Mesto earlier this year.
It might be along that top on this next climb, actually.
It is,
we kind of see the sprint finish, but it's a big descent. But I say the word rest. That's not exactly true, is it?
No, but I knew what you mean. And that's what he's going to do. He's not going to do any work. Of course, he's also very scared about Van der Poel, because I think that's a very strong sprinter too.
That's right. They're not going to let this man join the party if they can help it, are they?
I think against Kirschbaumer, I think Nino will be a bit faster.
But Van der Poel will be lucky, I would say, now to get back on the wheel of those two. A fair way back. We're going to see the time gap now. It's going to be nearly 30 seconds with a lap to go, just over a lap to go.
It's almost impossible for him to close that quick. They might slow down a bit, the 2 leaders.
But he has pulled back 5 seconds, Van der Poel. Anyway.
Impressive how Kirschbaumer closed that gap to Nino. It took him almost the whole race.
Yes, it has taken him exactly that, the whole race.
But he did it.
But now the shoe's on the other foot. Now, Schurter is playing the hunter.
But we've seen this kind of racing before.
Many times.
Many times.
And one thing we do know in this situation is that Nino won't panic. He is the rider with a lot more experience of being in this position.
It is.
I mean, in the days of Julian,
there's only one thing what counts for him too, and that's winning.
Yeah, that's right.
Second is losing a race, and for Kirschbaumer maybe, second place means a lot too for him.
I think the hard thing for Nino maybe is the fact that he doesn't. I guess he wouldn't know too much about Gerhard Kirschbaumer because it's a different opponent every time that comes up and has a little punch with him. Kukuchi out.
From Brazil, the other Brazilian rider. Not his best day.
Here they come.
Yeah, the first time that they are riding together that far in a race.
It's just one descent back down to the finish now. And then they go out for one more lap. One more hard, fast lap here in Val di Sole. What a race we have enjoyed here today. What a weekend of racing we've enjoyed. The downhill races yesterday, also spectacular.
Yeah, the women's race too, what we saw earlier today.
Brilliant.
We didn't expect Maja Zozowska could win it.
No.
But she did it.
It's been a sensational weekend's racing. More of it again next weekend as well from Andorra. Anyway, let's enjoy this one before we move on. It's far from over. Kirschbaumer leads. Nino Schurter.
Can Van der Poel come back to these two?
Unlikely, I think, at this point.
I think too, unlikely.
Nino makes sure of getting that bottle this time.
If they slow down, you see it as well.
They have a little,
Speed, drop back.
Going to be a game of cat and mouse now. More than likely, the attack's going to come either on his first climb or the second climb.
I don't think they're going to make an attack. Maybe Kersbaumer, he tries, but I don't think Nino will do it.
You don't?
No, not. I don't think. I think the sprint will be his last weapon for this race.
Absolutely deafening out there outside our commentary box. The grandstand on its feet.
Van der Poel. And the gap stays a bit the same to the two leaders. More than 30 seconds. It's too much.
Yeah, it is.
One to go.
Still going to be another strong performance, though. Going to take away a huge amount of points from this weekend. Van der Poel with that XCC, that short track win on Friday, remember. It's going to be a big point haul for him. Onto this, the steeper of the two climbs, actually, for the last time now. Nothing in it between these two.
Nino takes the lead.
Do you look at your opponent in this position to try and see the condition of them? Do you try and work out how they're feeling?
Try and read the body language and the feeling. You feel if somebody is doing well or suffering on several parts of the course. And I think Nino knows as well, especially here where it comes to a narrow and a lot of cornering section. The first place, it's the best over here. And I think that suits him really well, Nino. Later on, probably he gives the first position back to Kersbaumer.
It's about to get leg burning. So there's the lap comparisons between Kersbaumer, Schroeder, quicker only on lap 2. Every other lap, Kersbaumer has set the pace. Impressive. Not much in it, but that is basically how Kersbaumer rode himself back into this race.
Yeah, that's how we're back. It's true. Yeah, impressive how fast Nino ran that second lap.
Yeah.
Probably he had to pay the price for that a bit afterwards.
And now it's two's company. Plenty of encouragement from the fans around the side of the track. I wish I spoke Italian.
Die. That's what we can understand.
Go.
Go. Van der Poel, third.
Lonely ride in third place for him today.
Small gear. That means he's very exhausted at the end of the race. Nobody in front of him. And nobody behind him too. By himself, the last lap for him.
So that's the top of the first climb done. Not an easy descent. Really rough down over those rocks there. No one leaving anything, no gap opening up yet.
They're not going flat out at the moment.
No, you're right, you can see it. Just backed it up a bit, haven't they?
A small look over his shoulder again from Nino. So he's not convinced about Van der Poel still. 30 seconds gap.
He's too far back now to come back into this bar.
It is, yeah, for sure. It's between these two. But the riders don't have all the information what we have.
That's very true, yeah. Definitely the crowds are on the man in second place's side. Could that make the difference, Bart? Can it make that much difference?
Yeah, it will. It will help Kersbaumer so much.
Winning World Cup races seems to be getting more and more difficult, but it's still Schroeder that's the best at it. Only 5 now off the all-time record of Julian Absalon. Wouldn't that be another feather in his cap?
It might.
To add to his legacy as well.
I think it is definitely in his mind. The world champion. With the World Championships this year in Landsrijde, his hometown race.
Different lines there. Same outcome pretty much.
Small gap.
Little gap, yeah. Nothing to worry about yet. Oh, Tembier goes down hard. That looks horrible from there. Not a soft place to land in those rock piles.
A lot of rocks over there.
Straight up, luckily.
The
Escaped
number
injury.
13.
Like. Yeah, could be.
Van der Poel. 44 seconds.
Still a fair way back to 4th place. Haven't seen it at the moment, though.
The gap is getting bigger for the 2 leaders of him. Haven't seen him 4th, Vogel 5th.
So many people around the edge of this track. They've been treated as something special this afternoon. Is it going to get even better for this Italian crowd? Closing stages of this race here in Val di Sole. Just the last loop, the second half of this lap to go now.
That last loop, it's the most easiest for the riders. It's a very fast descent with a lot of loose gravel corners. But really nice to ride, but really hard to overtake each other. After that, they have to cross tech feed zone. It's a wide corner on only 50 meters to the finish line. So
I think we're going to see the decision of the race, the attack come. It has to come on that long climb.
Yeah, at the end of that long climb.
Yeah,
you're right with that.
Yeah. Schurter is a man who's been in this position many times before. Kirschbaumer, he has not.
He has not, but still, I think when Nino is not in the first position before the descent starts, Nino is able to overtake Kirschbaumer after that descent. That short little section to the finish line, Nino is really fast.
Take a look at Kirschbaumer here then.
Missed the bottle.
Really?
A little bit frustrated.
Although to react like that, I'd imagine, means he's got something left in the tank. Because if you're absolutely exhausted, you just wouldn't.
What's the Italian mentality?
Yeah, that's true. Can be a little fiery.
Van der Poel still on 3rd.
He's going to need all that emotion, Bart, today if he's going to beat Nino Schurter, that's for sure.
It's something amazing.
Van der Poel still charging forwards.
Avancini is on 4th. Vogel on 5th.
An impressive ride again from Mathieu van der Poel. Schurter. Right, he's only riding that close to the back wheel of Kirschbaumer to get in the draft, that's for sure. Is that a sign?
He's saving. I think Kirschbaumer, he will push really hard on this climb.
Yeah.
Try to make an attack.
This might be it, ladies and gentlemen.
If he's waiting too long, that's not a good idea for him.
No, because we know that Schurter will jump in from behind. We're going to see an attack any second now, that's for sure, we think. We have to.
But Nino will respond.
It hasn't happened yet. But they're going to turn left and they're going to go up. But the pace seems to be rising again. How much does Kirschbaumer want this?
It's not an easy situation for Kirschbaumer how to handle this and bring it to a win.
Very true, that.
What should you do if you are in this position with Nino?
Honestly, I'd have probably jammed the brakes on along that straight when Nino was that close to me and hope for the best. There'd be no other way.
Tactically, Nino is also very strong when it comes to a finish.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what to do. He has the experience, what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that far anymore.
It's going to come down to experience or it's going to come down to the legs. I'm not sure which. Probably both, Bart. Here we go then, it's winding up again. Remember, it just drops down here towards the finish line. The pace is lifting more and more.
Yeah. But Nino he's still so close to the wheel.
Stalking Kirschbaumer. This might be it where we see an attack here because very shortly after this they turn left and go into that downhill.
Slow down again.
This is usually where we see the attack. Schurter not going, the pace drops. Kirschbaumer has a look over his shoulder. He's almost invited Nino to attack.
Almost sur place. Nino knows exactly what to do. There he goes, there he goes.
Wow.
Kirschbaumer.
Kirschbaumer goes again. Schurter all over him. Schurter now to the front. Schurter's going to get into this single track descent fast. Whistles into those rocks. Throws everything at that. Didn't he come over the top of that rise fast? Kirschbaumer's still right there with him though.
Another sprint.
No one can afford a mistake down here, but eh?
Close to each other, so close. It's so difficult for Kirschbaumer to overtake him from now on.
Schurter is phenomenally quick on the downhills.
He is. Pushing hard, taking all the risks.
Opening a few bike lengths, and that's all he needs.
Really fast.
That is all that Schurter needs.
Close together still, very close together.
Oh! Schurter throwing everything at this, then just a few turns away now. Nino Schurter, he's not leaving him for a sprint finish, he's sprinting all the way to the line from a long way back. The crowds are all running down towards the finish line. I don't think Kirschbaumer can come back from this. Nino Super Schurter is going to do it again. He's going to take his 29th World Cup win in emphatic style here in Val di Sole. What a ride for Kirschbaumer though, his best ever World Cup finish. 6 seconds in the end. A phenomenal race we have just seen again.
Crazy how fast these guys ran down.
It was unbelievable. Both took huge risks on that descent.
Flying. Impressive.
Really impressive. Schurter goes now within 4 wins of the all-time record of Julian Absalon. Here comes Mathieu van der Poel. It's 3rd place for him today, and only 3rd place. But again, Bart, what a performance. The win in XCC on Friday, 3rd today in the XCO. Big points haul for him.
Yeah, big points. But still not a win.
No. Still no cross-country World Cup win. And behind him comes Henrik Avancini to become the first ever Brazilian rider to get on a World Cup cross-country podium. What a performance from him today.
He has been in the front of the race from the beginning. It's impressive how he did this race. And a great performance.
Florian Vogel. Great ride to take the last step of the podium. With a flat rear tyre, actually.
That must happen in the last descent.
Had to. I enjoyed that one, Barman.
That last descent was so fast of these riders. Crazy.
Speed that Schurter came over the top onto those rocks. He just literally bounced into the turn. Brilliant riding. We haven't seen much of the action from behind.
No, yeah, Valero finishing 6th.
Good ride for Valero.
Very strong Spanish rider.
Almost home soil for him next weekend in Andorra.
Oh yes, it will be.
Tempier.
But that crash?
Yeah, thankfully unhurt, it looks like anyway. He could have chosen a softer part of the track to crash on.
It is, yeah. A lot of rocks over there where he had that crash. And another Spanish rider. Great rides. Great cheer of Montecon. Bertolini from Italy, 9th.
Oh, what a ride for that man.
Thomas Licher, 10.
Brideau, the Italians.
Luca Braido, 10.
Coming in thick and fast now.
Howard Grotz from the US, the national champ from the US. Andrew Frischknecht finished 14. Strong ride of him too.
Yeah.
Another Swiss rider, Rohrbach. And another Italian rider.
Wow, what a race, what a day. But the result stays much the same as normal.
Not an easy ride for him today. He was very fast that second lap. Gained a lot of time, and we all thought we never see him back again today, but somebody did. The Italian guy, the Italian champion, Kerschbaumer, who finished second, but Nino.
Okay, well, Rick's got Nino. Let's go down to the finish area.
And I was able to recover a little bit in the last lap and do one last attack.
Was it important not to let it come down to a sprint finish? Did you want to get that done early?
Yeah, I knew from the previous year it's really short here and super bumpy, the straight finish. So yeah, my goal was again to pass already at the top of the downhill, try to get a little gap in the downhill and then just all out.
That's 3 cross-country wins in a row now. Are we seeing you back to that incredible 2017 form again?
Yeah, I would say I'm still in awesome shape and I really enjoyed to race and yeah, I'm super happy about the third win this year. Yeah.
Nino, well done today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, 3 from 3 this year. Only Sam Gaze has the beating of Nino Schurter in 2018.
But an exciting race that we have seen.
It was a brilliant race.
It's what he said. Yeah, he made an attack in the beginning of the race and he had to continue.
So Henrik Amancini makes history as the first Brazilian on a men's cross-country World Cup podium. Stefan Tempier, 7th place for him. Licha takes the last spot of the top 10.
A lot of Italian riders, Daniele Braido, Colodani in the top 20. Howard Grotz, good performance of him too.
That's Tallinn Bar. Maxime Marat came in here, 2nd in the series, 24th today. An off day at the office.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah, not his best day at all.
So Van der Poel has to wait another week to try and win one of these things.
Third today. He started really well. A win on Friday, but today, different story. 3rd place for him. And Gerard Kerschbaumer, what a race he showed us. We didn't expect. We knew he's strong young rider. He finished 2nd. But all came to this man again.
As usual.
As usual. Nino Schurter. He attacked in the beginning of the race already. He had to continue that speed and he won it again in a sprint with Gerard Kerschbaumer.
There's Mathieu Van der Poel. Perhaps not thrilled, Bart.
I think, not happy with that. Not a bad result at all, but
no.
Probably he expected a bit more after that win from Friday.
Banner takes 2nd. But it's all about Nino Schurter.
Impressive, the race he showed us today.
Well, it's been an amazing weekend's race. That was superb. Me and Bart are going to be right back to wrap things up from here in Val di Sole.
Grab life by the handlebars. Red Bull TV presents a rapid channel dedicated to bike sports. Available anywhere, at any time. Go for a spin and explore urban playgrounds on a BMX.
Progression is definitely what makes me go ride every day.
Follow daredevils who push their pedals to the metals in competitive live events.
Here comes Schurter!
or take on terrains no wheel has ever touched before.
We truly won't know until we step out of our comfort zones and off this continent.
Powered by pedals and passion. The Bike Channel on Red Bull TV. Pump up your tires for the world of Red Bull. The best live events, feature films, and shows. Make it your world and download the app for free. Red Bull TV is available on all your devices, anywhere, at any time. Go beyond the ordinary. Get the app now.
Sometimes, life doesn't go the way you wanted.
The years of my life that I wasted in prison, I take a lot of positives out of that situation. I decided to do Ironman UK as my chance to turn professional.
I never had money to afford kayaking lessons. I've been on the Ugandan team 3 times now.
Great achievements are with those who keep on going.
Oh no!
If you don't throw yourself into something that you're passionate about, you may be wasting your time here.
Whole different stories, united by one driving force.
The biggest thing is belief.
The way of the wild card. All episodes available on Red Bull TV.
Welcome back live to Val de Sole with the Mercedes-Benz Race Review. We've just seen Nino Schurter take another win in an incredible... You said it, but
he did it. He did it. Nino, congratulations.
On the pizza or the win?
Both.
But we must actually say that we're not sure that's Nino Schurter.
But he looks like.
Yeah, that's okay. But wasn't he incredible, Bart? He'll be celebrating with some pizza tonight, I imagine. Huh?
Yeah, it's worth. Yeah, it's crazy how strong he was again. I think he was very concentrated from the beginning. Van der Poel, he was mentioning him already after the finish line in the interview.
Nino was concentrated on Van der Poel.
Yeah, that's what I meant. And it was somebody else who was the second best today. But I think it motivates him to be in a good shape race by week by week, every race again. And yeah, luckily that he is like that. He's so eager to win every week again.
And he's the Olympic champion, he's the world champion. There isn't a title he hasn't got. And that's exactly what I think when I watch him ride. The pain he puts himself through, I mean, his desire to win isn't even slightly diminished, is it, after all these years of racing?
Yeah, it is, and the way how he did it today, he ran away that second lap. Kershbaumer came back 5 seconds each lap, but it took him the whole race as well to come back. Yeah. It came to a sprint finish again.
How impressive was Kershbaumer, though? I mean, he spent the entire race catching up to Nino Schurter, and he did it.
Yeah, he did it, and actually there was not that much left for him to win this race. He came back, and yeah, probably that's the best what he could have. Second place, his best result. But Nino knows as well. He's so experienced, and he said he has to go into this last descent to the finish line in the first position. That's what he did. I think he took all the risk over here.
Yeah.
And it's how they went down. Both actually how they went down. It was impressive.
Oh yeah, Schurter was under pressure the way he went into that rock section at the top of there. Well, I've well enjoyed that race. Gerhard is with Rick. Let's go down to the finish area and hear from the man himself.
Gerhard, second place today. Are you happy or disappointed with that?
Yeah, I'm really happy. I know I was really strong in the past. I won in Italy last week and also in Austria. And yeah, today the second place, I'm really happy.
How important was the crowd today? Because you had great support here in Italy.
Yeah, all the fans, they stay today with me, and it was a really good feeling. Also last year I started in the first line, but I have a crash last year, and this year was really good.
Gerhard, thank you very much. Well done today.
Thank you. Thank you.
A day that man I remember for a long time, I think, Bart.
Yeah, another new young rider who came close to Nino, and especially if you can become second in your home soil race, means a lot for these Italians.
Absolutely. Well, let's have a look then at the World Cup standings now after today. And it's Schurter who clearly extends that lead. 310 points back to now. Maxime Murat, 419 back. He had a bit of an off day, right?
Yeah, definitely he had. Still on third, but he lost a lot of points, especially for the overall standing. That means a lot. Not the best race for him today.
And Sam Gay's down there in 8th place after today's performance. We actually heard from Anneke Langvaart's team as well, Sam Gay's teammate, that there is nothing broken after that crash in the women's race. So that's good news.
I'm happy to hear that because next race comes really quick after this one.
Well, that's right. That's it. Well, that's it from here in Val di Sole this weekend. Of course, we've got more mountain biking next weekend. As well, next weekend, we're bringing you the cliff diving from the Azores in Portugal. The world's best go from the 27-metre platform into the Atlantic Ocean. I must admit, I do feel like taking a dip now, but not from those sort of heights, but
it's a bit too much.
Way too much.
It is, but
I wouldn't.
A little bit of water to cool down would be nice.
I wouldn't even do a bomb from that sort of a height, huh?
Not at all, no.
And of course, next weekend, it's Val Nor, a high-altitude stop on this year's World Cup Tour. It's another double-header. We're bringing you 2 downhill races on Saturday. We've got the XCC, of course, on Friday night, and the XCO, the cross-country races, again on Sunday. It's a different cross-country track up there, Bart, right? With a lack of oxygen?
Yeah, especially because of the altitude. That makes it different. I mean, the course, it's, I would say, old-school course, but the altitude makes it really hard for the riders. But they did a lot of training on altitude, so I think most of them are really well prepared.
And believe it or not, the downhill is actually steeper than this one. You don't want to miss it. But thanks very much for joining me today. It's been an epic weekend of mountain biking.
It is.
Thank you to home. Hope you enjoyed it as well. We'll see you next week from Andorra.
See you next week.